All right, Shalom. All praise, honor, and glory is to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Also want to say Shalom, much due honors and respect to all you brothers out there that's also laboring in his work and continue to push out this gospel in all diligence, truth, faith, and sincerity. So yeah, I just wanted to go into a quick lesson concerning the Lord's chosen elect, which most cases when you consider the elect, a lot of times, you think about the perks that come along with it, ruling with Yahweh Shai, being crowned, being joint heirs with the Lord. And there's nothing wrong with that because it's a certain motivational dynamic that come along with it. It gives you more of a sense of urgency to keep pushing, all right, so you can receive that crown and that reward. But really the essence of the elect is to be delivered from the upcoming destruction that's going to take place here in America, all right? And when you consider, the prophets of old, for an example, Ezra, when he foresaw the destruction that was coming, he said, woe is me, who would deliver me in that day? And really, the sequence of events that's going to take place, all right, you being delivered is going to happen before you actually rule. So in order for you to rule and reign and be joint heirs with Yahweh Shai, you got to be solidified as one that's going to be delivered. And that's pretty much the essence of being a part of the chosen elect. And Yahweh Shai made mention of that white stone, which you read about in Revelation. I believe that's the 3rd chapter. He would give the elect a white stone. And really, when you go into the meaning or the understanding of that white stone, it pretty much means pardon, Because when you go into the history in the Roman Empire, whenever you was, up for judgment, if you was guilty, they'll give you a black stone. But if they exonerated you, they would give you a white stone. So that's what Yahweh Shai was talking about when he said, I would give you a white stone, That white stone is a signet of you being delivered or found worthy to escape the upcoming destruction that's on the horizon. So that's pretty much the true essence of being a part of the chosen elect. And in this lesson, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, I hope you're edified, all right? So I got the definition of the word chosen queued up from the online dictionary, and it says, having been selected as the best or most appropriate. It says synonyms: selected, picked, appointed, elected, favored, handpicked. Now, if you notice, the word picked is used multiple times. All right, picked and handpicked. And the reason why that's of importance concerning this lesson and concerning the chosen elect, well, let's go into it. This is the book of St. John, chapter 15, and verse 1. I am the true vine, and my Father is the husbandman. Right, so the vine, the Lord actually plants the vine, and he picks from the vine. All right? Verse 2, every branch in me that beareth not fruit, he taketh away. And every branch that beareth fruit, he purgeth it, that it may bring forth more fruit. Right? So to give you a vivid illustration, if you will, this land, America, is pretty much a barren desert land. But amongst this land, there's different vineyards springing up. All right? Different vines. So when the Lord, the husbandman, come and set fire to this land, he's going to actually pick or pluck up certain of those vineyards, man. So when you go into that meaning chosen, what we just read, and that word picked and handpicked comes up multiple times, is a reason for that. And the further going to it, all right, it's going to make more sense as you jump down to the 16th verse. It says, ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you, and ordained you that ye should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it you. Now, when you look up this word chosen, it says to pick out, choose, to pick or choose out for oneself. So yeah, you can easily look at it as if, along the lines of a basketball game or a pickup basketball game. You say, I picked this guy, I picked that guy. Right, that's true, all right? Because, before the foundation of the world, the Lord actually picked us, but it actually is going to manifest into the Lord physically picking us or plucking us from the upcoming destruction that's on the horizon, man. And when you go to the book of Romans, the 11th chapter, in the 7th verse, which this is a classic scripture, where then Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. Now we just looked up the word for chosen, and that word pick came up. Now we're going to look up the word for election. Again, it says the act of picking out, choosing. So what's going to happen is when the Lord brings destruction, he's going to actually pick and pluck certain men from the destruction, all right? Now, if that's not enough proof, let's go to the book of Isaiah, the 65th chapter, in the 8th verse. It says, thus saith the Lord, as the new wine is found in the cluster, and one say, destroy it not, for a blessing is in it, so will I do for my servant's sake, that I may not destroy them all. Meaning, of all the inhabitants of the earth, the Lord is not going to destroy them all. He's going to actually pluck up or pick out of the fire the elect, his servants. All right? Now, when you go into that word for cluster, all right, because it's pretty much the same as a grapevine, The word for cluster, it says cluster of grapes, of flowers, metaphor of lover, right? So what do you do with flowers, man? You pick them, man. You actually pluck them. So if you got a land that you about to burn and you see some beautiful flowers have sprung up, you're not going to burn the flowers. You're going to actually pick them. You're going to actually physically pick it up and pluck it from the danger, man. All right? So pretty much the Lord gives you a vivid illustration right here. It says, thus saith the Lord, as new wine is found in a cluster, all right, meaning a vine, and one say, destroy it not, for a blessing is in it, so will I do for my servants, that I may not destroy them all. Meaning, for an example, if somebody about to burn up a cluster of grapes, and somebody say, oh, hold up, don't burn it. It's some grapes in there, man. It's a blessing in there. Then what they're going to do, they're going to pick the grapes that's good, and they're going to burn the rest, man. So in essence, that word chosen, or the whole idea of being a part of the elect, is first and foremost dealing with being delivered, man, or being plucked or picked from the upcoming destruction, which is known as the second death, man. Because, if you escape the judgment and the wrath and the fury of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, then by default, you're going to rule with Yahweh Shah anyway. So really, the main objective is to be delivered, right? So that's what a part of being chosen, or being a part of that chosen righteous number, is really all about, man. Being delivered. Okay, and I want to close out on one more scripture, all right, that further proves that being chosen and being plucked out of the fire actually goes hand in hand. This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 3, and verse 2. And the Lord said unto Satan, the Lord rebuked thee, O Satan, even the Lord that have chosen, look at that word chosen, all right, which we know means selected or picked. Jerusalem rebuked thee. Is not this a brand plucked out of the fire? So you see that chosen and plucked is in the same sentence. Now, let's look up these words. First, I want to look up the word chosen in the Hebrew. Look up the word chosen. Oh, it says choose, elect, decide for, all right? To choose, to be chosen, be selected. All right? So we are being chosen to be what? plucked out of the fire. Now let's look up this word for plucked. Look up the word for plucked. Oh, it says to snatch away, deliver, rescue, save, strip, plunder. Yeah, when you strip a tree, or, you know, if you got a vineyard growing or you got a cluster of grapes, you strip it of the good grapes. That what chosen mean. That's the essence of being a part of the elect. You're going to be plucked and picked from the fire. Let's read on. It says to tear oneself away, deliver oneself, to be torn out or away, be delivered. See? To strip off, spoil, to deliver, to snatch away, to rescue, recover. Right. To rescue you from what, man? From the upcoming destruction, which is known as the lake of fire that's going to take place here in America. All right? To deliver from sin or guilt. Oh, it said to deliver from enemies or troubles or death, to be plucked out, to strip oneself. All right? So, yeah, that's pretty much the point, all right? The true essence of being a part of the elect, or to be chosen or to be picked, is to be plucked from the upcoming destruction. That's the main essence of being a part of that number. To be a part of that number means you're going to escape the wrath and the fury of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Now, we know that the perks that come along with it, hey, that's self-explanatory, man. We're going to rule with Yahweh Shai, all right? But before you get to that, you got to actually qualify to be delivered, man. So that's the true essence of being a part of the elect. There's nothing wrong with, desiring the perks, but really your mind should be geared toward desiring to be delivered from the destruction. Because if you're not delivered from the destruction that's coming, then everything else is none and void. You want to actually escape and be caught up and plucked up, all right? So, yeah, I hope there was an edifying lesson. Until the next time I say, Shalom.